Hey there guys, it's Alex, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about Killstreaks. The role of Killstreaks is a very important one in the Call of Duty series. They allow one person who gets a large enough kill streak to really annihilate the other team and become essentially a one-man army, one-man wrecking crew, whatever you want to call them, whatever it is, they can do a lot of damage. So first off, I'll tell you about my own Killstreak setup. I use the Spy Plane, Chopper Gunner, and Dogs. So this is a high killstreak seeking killstreak set. So what I mean by that is that I use these because I want to get lots of kills, and the combination of the Chopper Gunner in the air and the Dogs on the ground really is the best way to do that. Some people prefer to use the Blackbird, Chopper Gunner, and Dogs when they want to get lots of kills, and that definitely does work, but I like having the Spy Plane as a Fallout killstreak. So what I mean by Fallout killstreak is if I'm in a game where things really aren't going my way, I'm not getting my long kill streaks, so I'm not getting my Chopper Gunners or my Dogs, because I'm just not surviving long enough. I can still get those Spy Planes because I use Hardline on all my classes. I can pretty easily get 2 kills and have Spy Planes up for most of the game, even if I'm not doing really well. And I know it may seem strange to use the Spy Plane, Chopper Gunner, and Dogs because if you look at it from a kind of number of kills you need to get perspective, that's a 3, 9, 11 kill streak set. And the gap between 3 and 9, the gap between the Spy Plane and the Chopper Gunner is a pretty big one. And your intuition or experience tells you that normally you want to have the smallest possible gaps between your kill streaks. And that's true normally. You want your kill streaks to come in bunches and not to be spread out, but I think that if you're going to be using the Blackbird, Chopper Gunner, and Dog setup, if you don't get that Blackbird, you're not going to be getting any kill streaks at all. And what my setup does is it really allows you to, even if you're not getting Chopper Gunner and Dogs, you're going to be at least getting. So the setup with the Blackbird and the SR-71, it's really all or nothing. So yes, that's my take on that. I prefer to use the Spy Planes just because I like to have those up for a good majority of the game, and I can almost always get them because I use Hardline. Alright, so I wanted to give you guys a little tip, and that is, do not use the attack helicopter if you also have the Chopper Gunner or Gunship equipped as your kill streaks. Because in a lot of my matches I made the mistake of using the Cobra and Chopper Gunner together, and I can't tell you guys how many times the game ended because the game ended and I still had my Chopper Gunner. I had not used it just because I used my attack helicopter, and because only one helicopter can be up in the airspace at once, it blocked me from using my Chopper Gunner. So you do not want to end up blocking your own or one of your teammates' Chopper Gunners or Gunships. Also, the attack helicopter just really isn't that good. Well, that's not entirely true. There have been matches where I've been killed by an attack helicopter like 3 or 4 times, and that was kind of annoying, and that was because I believe the helicopter actually prioritizes its targets and goes after the best player on the enemy team, or the player who has the highest score on the other team at the time. So in that regard, it can be annoying, especially to the player who's doing best on the other team. So I guess in that way it can be effective, but I just don't find that it can consistently get a lot of kills, and that's what you want out of your kill streaks. You want to either be getting the kill streaks consistently, or those kill streaks should be getting consistently a lot of kills. Alright, so I wanted to talk to you guys about what kill streaks are just bad that you should just never use. I mean, when I first looked at the kill streaks list for Black Ops and I was choosing what I wanted to use, very quickly I could see what was going to be good and what was just going to be crap and ineffective. Mostly because so many of these kill streaks kind of resembled Modern Warfare 2 kill streaks. The kill streaks set up from Modern Warfare 2. So just kind of what not to use, and I'll give reasons for each one. So I'd say don't use the R60 car. And I know it's kind of cool and it can be annoying because you can buzz kill the enemy, and sometimes you can get multi-kills, but I think that's just so uncommon. Normally you're only going to get 1 kill, and it takes time to control, and anything that's like that I really don't like too much, except of course Chopper Gunners, because they're just awesome. And I mean, normally with the R60 you're just getting 1 kill. I strongly urge you to use a Spy Plane instead of the R60. Spy Plane helps your whole team because it shows the enemy's locations. You can just go pick the enemies off, and that'll help you build your kill streak, whereas the R60 will not do that. And yeah, I just think the Spy Plane overall is a better kill streak than the CSC card. And second, the Sam turret. First off, it comes in a care package crate, so you have to wait for it. And anytime you have to wait for a care package, you can be killed if you get stolen. But mostly the problem with airdrops are that they take so long to come in and can really bring you out of the game and take you out of the action. So if you're playing an objective game type, you're basically gone for like 30 or 45 seconds while you're trying to secure a little area. And that can mean quite a bit if you're trying to win a game of demolition or domination, whatever it happens to be. And also if the enemy does get up a chopper gunner, it's pretty easy to just get killed and then pull out the Strela launcher with Ghost Pro on, an anti-air class to just take it down. So I think the whole pitch about the Sam turret, you don't have to carry around a launcher anymore. It doesn't really matter, you can just switch to an anti-air class. And also, to me, the Sam turret, it just kind of seems like a kill streak for someone who knows they're about to get stomped on, who knows they're about to lose really badly. I mean, think about it, because to use this, you must be thinking in your head, the enemy team is going to get their air support up, so they're going to get chopper gunners and gunships. So it's like you're living in fear. So it's just before you go into the match, you're just predicting that you're going to get beaten so badly that the enemy will undoubtedly have Hueys, all that kind of air support. So just to be using the Sam turret, you just really have to have that loser's mentality, and that really doesn't sit well. I'd much rather use Killstreaks that kill the enemy team. Our next 5 kill streak, the care package. This is kind of borderline for me. In Black Ops, I have to use the care package. You know, when you first prestige and you're in the early levels of the early prestige, or when you just started the game, because you can't customize your kill streaks. And every time I've gotten a care, or I've never gotten a care package in this game that was very good. They evolve in ammo, radar, counter UV, that kind of stuff, and that's just not really worth it. I mean, you can get good things every once in a while, but there's actually like a little percentage thing about what the probability is of getting a gunship, and it's such a small percentage, it's just not even worth it. But I understand that in the right situation, if it's an inexperienced player or someone who's just really not able to get those chopper gunners and attack dogs, it can really lead you to the high kill games. I can understand why a player would use that. That makes sense to me. But just for me, I don't really like it. You guys might have different opinions. Leave a comment if you do. And next, the sentry gun. So again, this is an airdrop one. So I have a problem with airdrop one just because you have to wait. It takes you out of the game. You're not going to be really effective while you're waiting for it. But if the sentry gun did not have to be airdropped, this could be a really good kill streak in domination or demolition. Because in domination or demolition, a well-placed sentry gun can be very effective at defending objectives. It can be really, really annoying and distracting. But since it's an airdrop, you have to wait around, take yourself out of the action, and I just really don't like that, having to wait for packages. Alright, next, Cobras. I already discussed that they can be effective sometimes, but I just find they're not effective enough to just use, so I don't really like them anymore. But if you're going to use one, just make sure you communicate with your teammates, and be sure you don't block one of your teammates' chopper gunners or gunships, because that's just annoying. Don't be that guy who does that. And okay, the next one, Valkyrie rockets. That's a 7 kill streak. And when the game came out, this is one of the things that looked kind of cool. It seemed very similar to the Predator missile in Modern Warfare 2, but they're definitely not. First off, they come in an airdrop. I've already talked about what my problem was with airdrop, and care packages and that kind of stuff. Second, it's a weapon, meaning you have to use it. So I just don't like that. I don't like death machines or Grim Reaper or any of that kind of stuff. So that's just kind of stupid. And third problem with this is that the missile's really hard to control. Predators are really easy to control. This isn't at all. Because it fires from the weapon, it doesn't come from above. Fourth problem with this, it's not likely you're going to get a lot of kills with this thing because of how hard that missile is to control. And fifth, it just baffles me how this is a 7 kill streak. This should not be a 7 kill streak. Because think about it, if you manage to get 2 more kills than Valkyries, then you have a chopper gunner. So what's better, chopper gunner that could get you anywhere between 10 to 25 kills, or Valkyries that we give the benefit of the doubt? And let's say they get 2 kills for each missile, so a total of 4 kills. So instead of going for a 7 kill streak that's terrible, I say why not go for a chopper gunner? It's almost always going to get a certain level of success. But mostly my problem with this is that it just does not deserve to be a 7 kill streak at all. And I really don't know what they were thinking. Anyway, as you can see, I have a lot of problems with the Valkyries. I think they're just terrible and a stupid idea. Next, Rolling Thunder, this is Nate. This is a kind of a debatable one. I was kind of thinking about this one a little bit and trying to think about where it could be useful. But overall, I put it on this list. And I mean, they aren't that bad, but you really have to think about the overall impact that the kill streak that you're using has on the game. So think about a objective game type. I'm just going to choose Domination Demolition because I play that a lot. And I mean, if the Rolling Thunder is placeable, you can get a good amount of kills on the enemy team. On some maps, Nuketown, which is actually what I'm thinking of, you can actually kill the same person twice with it, but just compare its overall impact on the game to that of the chopper gunners, which I think is a very reasonable comparison, because if you get only 1 more kill after you get your Rolling Thunder, you're going to get a chopper gunner. So I think this is it's very fair to compare the two to each other. Now, a chopper gunner can completely dominate an objective-based game type. You can spawn kill them with it, get tons of kills, keep them pinned back in their spawn so they can't play the objective. And often a chopper gunner can mean the game. They really have a huge impact on the overall outcome of the game. But I've really never seen a bomber, like a Rolling Thunder, be as effective at keeping the enemy pinned down and away from the objectives. And that's really what you want your kill streaks to be in the objective-based game type. You want them to basically be able to allow your team to play the objective while you get lots of kills. And the Rolling Thunder just doesn't do it for me, because it's just kind of a one-time thing. It doesn't last that long. With a chopper gunner, ideally it's going to last 1 whole minute where you're just blasting their spawns. So that's really it for the bad kill streaks. I mean, anywhere up from there is pretty much all good kill streaks. From Blackbird's good, chopper gunner's good, dogs and gunship are good. Those are absolutely fine. So I think that now that I've told you what you should not use, is only right I tell you what to use and what works well. So I just kind of wrote down a few kill streaks that I think would be good for beginners. So my first one was the spy plane, the counter spy plane, and the napalm strike. And if you're a beginner, I'd suggest you use this with hardline, just because it makes it so much easier to get these kill streaks. Spy plane, it reveals the enemy's location. Counter spy plane, it makes it so they can't see you. And when you're a beginner, you don't really have to go for those super long kill streaks. You can set up for this kind of stuff, because you're just trying to learn how to play the game. And I think that knowing where the enemy team is, it helps you learn spawns, just kind of what people do. And radar is really useful in just learning how to become a better player, and especially when you're beginning. Napalm strike, this is just really good in objective game types. So many times have I seen a napalm land in the spawn, and then just people keep on running through it for some reason and dying. Sometimes the fire is kind of invisible, sometimes it looks like you didn't touch it but you did and you die. Sometimes it goes into buildings. Napalm strike's just really good for game types. You can keep people off domination flags and bombs. So that's that. Second, the spy plane, the napalm strike, and the attack helicopter. I think this is just a good one because it has the spy plane, the napalm strike, and the attack helicopter, which is decent. An experienced player can use anything really that doesn't suck, so they use spy planes, counter spy planes, napalm strikes, mortar teams, attack helicopters, just really anything that doesn't suck that I didn't put on that list. And for the maximum amount of kills, the Blackbird chopper gunner, or the dogs, or the spy plane chopper gunner, or the dogs that I use, those seem to work just fine. So that's all I wanted to talk about this time. We're running out of time, so thanks for watching. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And if there's any videos that you'd like to see, such as a certain gunner game type or something like that, be sure to leave a comment, let me know. Alright then, see you all later. Bye.